Becca,
Jeff.
are you ready to talk about a movie? Are you ready to talk about one of your favorite movies of all time?
I am so ready.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so today, whose favorite are we talking about? We're talking about one of Becca's, and we are talking about the 2006 classic, The Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
It was written and directed by Nancy Meyers, and are you ready for my horrible summary?
Oh, yeah.
I apologize, it's
Let's
so
hear
bad.
it.
So The Holiday follows two heartbroken women, Iris, played by Kate Winslet, a society columnist in London, and Amanda, played by Cameron Diaz, a high-powered movie trailer producer in Los Angeles, who decide to swap homes over the Christmas season to escape their romantic troubles.
All right.
Yeah, not bad?
Not bad.
Okay. I'll give you okay. I'll take it. So, first off, the beginning question, where does this fall on your list of favorites, on the good old list of favorites?
Well, it just so happens that this is number 2. This is my second favorite movie.
It really is, huh?
Yeah. So I've just knocked off the top 3 just
Wait, have we done your top 3?
Yeah.
So wait. Titanic, The Holiday, and
500 Days of Summer.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yep.
500. Okay.
Unless I just got my own list wrong. It's very possible, but yeah. I'm pretty sure we've done the top 3 already, so no more excitement in that regard.
no more whatsoever. Have I done any of my
Terminator.
Was it my number 2 or something like
so.
that? Okay. I don't even remember anymore. So, so what is it about this movie that makes it one of your favorite movies of all time?
Oh man, it's always a I don't know if loaded question is the right way to say that. It's hard to answer that question, right? Because you have so much you want to say.
It's a deep question.
Yes, deep.
Yes.
That's the word.
Yes, there's a lot of depth to the answer.
Yes. Well, to start, I was thinking about when I first stumbled upon this movie. And what's interesting is that I did just stumble upon it.
Really?
Yeah. So I did not know it existed. I had never seen advertisements for it or anything like that.
Okay.
And I clearly didn't see it when it was new because I would have been in elementary school still.
Would you though? I guess.
The end of elementary school.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would have had to have been we don't have to get into
that. If we want to reveal my age. But yeah, I don't remember exactly how old I was when I discovered it, but I want to say I was in my late teens, probably.
Really?
So probably late high school, early college is my guess. But
this is surprising to me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I remember that I was just skimming the aisles at Blockbuster.
Really?
Yeah.
It was one of those.
Yeah. And I just happened to see this movie on one of the shelves, and I saw that Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz were in it, and a big thing for me at that point in my life, it wasn't rated R. It was PG-13, and it had these actresses in it that I knew and loved, and I was like, how have I not heard of this movie?
Why did you know Cameron Diaz at that point? Was it mainly because of Charlie's Angels?
I want to say it was mainly Charlie's Angels.
Okay, because that was a big deal.
Yes, me and my friends watched that one a lot.
Yeah, I remember.
we created our own version of it.
And you had Titanic probably already had happened too. So you're thinking, okay, Kate Winslet, Cameron Diaz, those 2 movies.
Exactly. Anyway, so one of my best friends and I watched it together for the first time and just immediately loved it. Became a classic. So yeah, I thought that was just interesting that this being one of my favorites, it literally was just like stumbled upon by chance. But also interesting that I found it in Blockbuster when there is a scene in Blockbuster in this movie.
That is true.
Anyway, why is this movie one of my favorites?
Mm-hmm.
There's just too much to say, so I apologize in advance.
All right, hold your breath, everyone. Here it comes.
Time for my novel. This is really just going to be kind of a jumbled list of the things I like about it.
You walked in with like 5 pages, literally printed pages of notes.
It is literally 5 pages.
I'm a little intimidated. Okay.
And the reason why it's my favorite takes up like 2 of those. I'm just kidding.
Oh dear.
No. To start, I really like this movie just because it's a really good feel-good movie, really good romance, and it's fun. The cuteness and the cheesiness of it.
Yep.
Like, I love it. I love it all.
I'm glad you acknowledge the cheesiness.
Yes,
so.
But it's like such a good level of cheesiness. It's not, I don't know how to describe it.
I feel like the movie is a little self-aware when she says she's looking for corny in her life.
Yeah.
I think that's Nancy Meyers kind of saying what she's saying about the movie a little bit.
Like kind of addressing that, yes, the movie
She's
itself is a little cheesy.
This movie is purposely corny, and
Yeah.
I'm saying it to you through Kate Winslet right now.
Yeah, I would agree. But yeah, there's a lot of, like, besides the cuteness and cheesiness, there's a lot of good emotional moments in the movie.
Yeah.
I think there's like a lot of them that just hit me so well.
I'm not gonna lie, there are some for me too. So
Yeah. All right. I want to say you've mentioned like maybe tearing up watching this movie in the past.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did not tear up last night. I think when my analytical brain is on, it's harder for that to happen. But.
Yeah, no, I agree. When you're thinking about it at that level, the emotions don't flow quite as well.
Yeah.
But another reason, the cast. I love the cast, like all of them.
Yeah.
And I think that there's amazing chemistry. I think the chemistry between the characters is amazing, but
You're even happy with Rufus?
Rufus.
Jasper.
Oh, is that his real name?
I think it's Rufus. I wrote it down.
Sewell? I wouldn't know how to say his last name. I don't know why I remember the last name and not his first name.
Yeah, Rufus Sewell. That's right.
Wow.
You're happy with him,
Rufus.
though? Like, you think...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He does what he needs to do for the movie.
Oh, I think he pulls it off really well,
Okay.
actually. I was thinking about that on the way here, that I had nothing to say about him. And then I was like, no.
He does what he needs to do.
He plays the most terrible jerk, but in a way that it's understandable how she would think that he likes her, and like there's actually something there.
He's clearly leading her on in the worst kind of way.
Yes.
It's horrible.
Anyway, onward with my list. I think it's really well written. It has a unique story with the whole house swapping thing, and I think that's really fun.
Which kind of, I mean, it's a real thing and sort of precursor to like Airbnb a little bit.
Yeah.
Ish. Obviously,
Yeah.
people with Airbnbs aren't swapping homes necessarily, but
Right.
sharing their homes with other people.
Yes. Yeah, it has good twists in it, at least a couple of good twists. And I think it handles telling multiple stories really well. If you know what I mean. There's a lot of characters going on, right? Like you're following multiple characters in different locations. multiple storylines, even like, we've got the old man and the two different women and
the men have their own little things.
Yeah, and
too
the men
going
have
on.
their own
Yeah.
little parts, and I think it's handled really well. And you saw there was like a phase, I don't know if that was like like just after this time. Like,
Are you talking about like rom-coms that just have like a stacked
yes.
cast? And like
There was a period of time where they had like Valentine's Day and
Love
New Year's
Actually,
Day,
yeah.
where it's
Mhm.
like there's all these actors and actresses, big ones that are
Yep.
in the same movie and multiple storylines, and they were they didn't work. So I think this one did.
I haven't really seen a ton of them, if I'm being honest, but I
Yeah.
mean, a couple. I think I did watch Love Actually at some point, but
Yeah. No, a lot of people like that one, actually. It has its good moments.
would you count It's Kind of a Funny Story? No, that's not the one. He's Just Not That Into You. Would you count that one as one of them?
Yes.
That had a
And
good
that was
number of
one I saw.
high caliber people
Yeah.
in it. Yeah.
And that was one of them where I was like, no, it didn't work for me. But
I actually didn't mind that one.
yeah.
I think, I don't know. I don't need to get into that right now. But
Anyway, all that to say, there was a phase of time where there were so many of those, and
this one does the multiple stories.
Yes, really well.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's got like 5 stories that it's kind of following, and they all collide. But yeah,
Yeah, but it's like it's not hard to follow them, and it doesn't feel disjointed to me. And of course, I love that Kate Winslet is in this movie. I think this only the second movie that we've talked about that she's in. Probably.
As of yet,
Yes,
yeah.
so far.
Do you have more?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to think of your list. I don't remember there being another one, but okay.
Yeah, well, as I've said before, Kate Winslet is my favorite actress. Although I will say I don't think she was officially my favorite actress at the time that I first saw this movie.
Sure.
And I'm going to mention Jude Law. He is gorgeous.
That's what I hear. I hear Jude Law is
It's silly talking about this movie with my brother because this is a typical movie where girls will just like go off on how attractive this man is.
it's funny. I didn't know if it was just you until or not, but I recently I have a podcast that I listen to, not ours, but and there were women gushing about Jude Law in this movie and that podcast episode, and I have to say, once you share one reel on Instagram to your sister about this movie, you get all the reels about this movie
Yes.
during last month. And yep, that was the common theme, is that, it's time to have our, yearly
Admire Jude Law.
yeah,
Yep.
time to be flirted to by Jude Law.
Yep. He's so ridiculously good looking in this movie. Like, it's just it's ridiculous, but so that is a plus. Also very interesting. It's probably the only movie that you see Jack Black portrayed as a very sweet, cute love interest.
A little less animated.
Yeah.
And
And I like that. Hans Zimmer's score, absolutely beautiful. I like the soundtrack as well.
you can play parts of it on the piano. You actually learn to do it.
I tried to learn more of it, but I kind of failed at that because I'm just not I'm just not that talented, but I do learn little bits and pieces when I love something that much. So it is one of the few that I have memorized on the piano.
Yeah.
Continuing, sorry, I'm almost through this. I'm almost through.
You have almost as many notes as I do. It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm just covering all the things you were going to say.
I'm going to prune mine as much as I can,
Oh,
I promise.
no. I like these sets. The homes that they shoot in are both beautiful.
In their own way.
And the contrast between London and LA is just, I like that a lot. And my last big point of why this movie is my favorite, this shouldn't come as a surprise. I don't know if you have any inkling of what I'm going to say.
Uh-oh.
It has a tie to movies and movie making. So that is a big a big thing for me.
I literally have written down here that this movie is a love letter to movies and cinema.
Wow.
I wrote that down,
Wow.
so we're in agreement.
Okay. And you put it a lot better than I would have.
I'm
So
sorry.
no,
I'm sorry.
I didn't have it written that way, so I'm glad that you feel the same way. But yeah, like Amanda is a movie trailer maker. The old man Arthur was a like famous movie writer.
From old Hollywood.
From old Hollywood, so you get little snippets of his experiences of old Hollywood, and he mentions old movies and
he's a fictional character, but like
yes,
might as well be real, honestly.
yeah. And then Jack Black's character Miles, another Miles, I will add in our list of movies. He's a film composer.
Yes.
So just like all that, and I mentioned there's a blockbuster scene.
Just had a funny thought. Do you think Hans Zimmer had to like dumb himself down so that it was like, oh, he's pretty good, like as a composer? Because obviously he's playing Hans Zimmer's music when he's like doing compositions unique to the film, but it's like he's not Hans Zimmer though. So did Hans Zimmer have to pretend to not be himself a little bit
when he was writing the pieces that Jack Black has to play?
Yeah. Although they kind of imply that Jack Black's character wrote all the things because he's literally playing
the movie.
A lot of it.
Yeah, the movie opens with the best, the theme of the movie. Yeah,
that was a horrible rendition.
That was horrible.
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
But yeah, that's how the movie starts, is with Jack Black composing something. And yeah, you're right. But yeah, and then the last little tie to movies there is the random movie trailers that play from Cameron Diaz's character when she's thinking about
she thinks of her life in trailers.
Yes, because that's her job.
And that's the thing that's clever about it, is like it's a love letter to movies, but it makes sense within the context of the film because of the professions of these individuals. So
yeah, and I think that's really like quirky and fun that they do that. And like you said, it makes sense because of her profession. And it's like it literally just like eats at her that she's making these trailers in her head. Anyway, that is the end of my list. So
it's a good list.
Many things that make this one of my favorites.
Is this the most notes you've taken on a movie?
I don't think so, actually.
Okay. You might have had more for Titanic or something.
More 500 Days of Summer, given that was our longest discussion so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are your thoughts on this movie, Jeff?
So I this is one of those ones where I think I've learned to really enjoy this movie largely because of you. It's a movie you enjoy. You introduced it to me, I think, mainly. But here's the thing that's interesting to me, though, is like my earliest memory of this movie is I brought a girl home in high school. Like I brought a girl home to our house, and somebody was watching this movie. So I was in high school. I don't know how old you were, but
interesting.
Someone was watching it, and we walked in, and it was, for two teenagers, it was like the most awkward scene to walk in on. I don't think of the scene as awkward anymore, but it was the scene where Cameron Diaz basically propositions Jude Law's character. That whole scene is just like for, somewhat sheltered, like teenage children. We sort of just giggled about it, and it was like a joke for a while that we walked in on that scene in the movie. Like, this girl was probably like, what the heck kind of movies do you was watching? She's teasing me, obviously, but that's like my earliest memory. So someone was watching it.
That's so interesting, because that means like maybe I did watch it when I was younger. I do know I found it in Blockbuster.
It could have been Steph.
But you'd think if she was watching it, I would have known it existed.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
so odd.
I don't know. That's why I was like.
Interesting.
Anyway, so yeah, like I mean, I didn't latch onto this movie right away or anything, but as it became one of your favorites, and you know kept talking about it and other things, I'm sure we watched it together at least once or twice. Maybe me and Sarah got into it more, but yeah, I actually do enjoy this movie. It is not uncommon for us to turn this on around the holidays. Like, I think it's a once a year kind of movie. It's perfect for me and Sarah because I'm pretty sure we both enjoy it. And like you said, it's a love letter to movies, and it talks about movies, which is cool. That's what we like to do. And I really, really appreciate the unexpected side story with Arthur, and it just adds that additional depth. I mean, and it makes sense because they're in LA and she just lives next to famous people, you know? And you mentioned the Blockbuster scene. I think that's a fun scene. It's just fun to watch Jack Black gush about film scores, because that's something that I would do. And makes sense given the context of the movie. But also, like, the other thing that sticks out to me is this movie makes me really want to visit England every time that I watch it. The part of England that they show looks very appealing to me. I've been to London.
Like
I've been
the rolling hills.
Yeah, like I mean, I've been on a tour bus and kind of driven around those areas a little bit, but I wish I could like explore those areas a little bit more. And the scenery of where the cottage is, it's just like, man, that looks so cool in the small town that she can go to.
Yeah, the little town does look.
That looks awesome, you know. And we kind of touched on this. I think it's easy to, especially when you're being critical, like to see this movie as like, oh, it's so silly, so corny. But again, I really think that's the point. I think that's what Nancy Meyers was going for. And that's part of why that line is there in the movie when she says, you know, I'm looking for corny in my life. I think that's Nancy Meyers just kind of winking to the camera like, yes, this is corny, but I want it to be corny a little bit.
Like corny doesn't have to be a bad thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I enjoy this movie. Not in my top 20, but I do enjoy this movie. What's the movie trying to say though? Like what's the message of this movie really?
That's an interesting question, because when I had to reflect on it, it was like, I don't think I've ever thought about it before. As much as I've watched this movie and how much I enjoy it, I don't think I've ever looked at it and thought like, oh, what is this trying to teach me? At least not consciously. But thinking about it now, I had a couple of things. I think one of the things it's trying to say is that sometimes you need to step away from your everyday life or your current situation, or perhaps step out of your comfort zone, in order to like find yourself or grow. And then the other message that I think is a little more obvious is that it teaches you that you can find love like where you least expect it, and how you least expect it. So those are the two that I pulled out in the last viewing. What do you think?
I'll keep this really quick, really brief, but I basically wrote down, it's not too far off from what you just said, but I said that basically we need to allow ourselves to move on or let go of the things that are causing us pain in our life. Because if we don't, we're not going to be able to fully enjoy life. I think that's a big thing that they're trying to get at. Because every single one of these people is dealing with a certain amount of pain. Yeah. There's something that's like hurting them, and part of, you know, the spontaneous trip and everything else, and falling in love. It's all a moment for each of them to let go of some of the pain in their life. So I think that's easier said than done.
Oh yeah.
But like, it is true. I mean, if you latch on to negative things that happen in your life, regardless of whether you had control of them or not, you know, it can really mess you up.
Yeah.
And it's
prevent
sadly
you from
true.
having happiness.
And to your point, it's like maybe the answer, I mean, it's sort of a midlife crisis-y thing, but it's like maybe the answer is to do something a little spontaneous, you know, to break the mold.
Yeah.
So
No, I like that take on it.
yeah, I mean,
Learning to let things, let
'cause
things go in your life that are causing pain and preventing you from being happy.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
good.
Sometimes that's not obvious though, you know, but
Right.
do you like how the movie ends?
I do.
I was gonna say
you could have guessed that. I mean, there's probably like kind of a stretch of what you consider the end because they have to close multiple stories, right? We
Sure,
talked
yeah.
about how they're following multiple stories, and so the ending has to wrap all of them up. But
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
but I do like the way it ends. I wouldn't change it. Specifically, I love the setup and payoff of Amanda Cameron Diaz's character crying at the
Yeah.
end
Yeah.
because they've built that up, which honestly, like,
It's a bit ridiculous.
it is ridiculous. And I feel that way about it. Like, it's kind of just like over the top when you're watching her early in the movie, like trying to get herself to cry
And
because
she can't do it.
it's this thing they're setting up. Like, she just cannot cry and never has
Is
since
that
she was
is
15.
that a real thing, do you think? Like, is that something people can experience? I honestly don't know.
I have no idea,
Like,
but
I don't
it's
feel
hard to
like
believe.
not being able to cry doesn't seem to be. I don't know. Some people talk about how they need a good cry, so maybe, but I don't know. I've never heard of anyone experiencing that personally. But interesting thing to have a problem with.
Yes. But that being said, with me like thinking that it is ridiculous, I still like that ending where you get to see her cry when she's leaving this person that she's fallen in love with, and that's the moment that triggers it, because then it's like got all this weight, this extra weight to it where you're like, wow, like she's realizing how much this relationship actually meant to her. And her performance of crying is really great.
I really like how that moment mirrors the beginning of the movie when she first arrives in England. How it's like it's a repeat, but with her attitude changed. So in the first one, she's like reluctantly hauling her bags to the cottage. And then at the end, she's anxiously running to the cottage.
And she's in her same coat.
They
and
show
it's the same driver.
They show the same shots basically of like the bridge and like it's very similar. I appreciate I don't know what the term of that is, but it sort of has nice bookend to the whole thing. But
no, I agree. So her running back to the house, and like I mentioned, the setup and payoff of her crying. There's also the setup and payoff of Graham crying, and that's like even better because it's Jude Law.
Well, it's also like something they set up where when we were initially a little unsure about his character, like we weren't sure if he was being genuine. I think this is something that we miss out on now that we've seen it so much, but they do a lot of little things here to make you question whether he's a decent individual.
If he's still a womanizer.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he's playing a part. And so when he says that he's a weeper, she's thinking, and she kind of says it like, you're just being really nice. Like,
he's just
almost
putting on a face.
He's faking it a little bit, but this is like, no, he was being genuine because here he is.
It was really funny though.
Yeah.
It's like he was being funny, but there was truth behind it, where he's joking that he cries all the time, and then at the end getting to see him cry,
and you're like, oh, it was real. That was a real thing, you know.
Yeah. No, I love that. I love when he steps out and just has tears.
Oh.
And then let's see. I said that wraps up a few things, but I have to mention Miles asking Iris out
Yeah.
at the event for Arthur. That's another favorite moment. The ending,
Do you like the little like
the little fist. Like,
yeah.
what is that?
What do you call that? Where you like
Is it a fist pump?
fist pump? Is that what it is? Where you kind of you like
like
you
yes.
cock your arm like a gun? Like yeah, I don't even know what you call
We're
that.
both doing it, but
You can't see it.
podcast it.
Look it up, people.
But yes, it's like the sweetest thing having him ask her out, and then you get to see both of their reactions after the fact, because it's like that's just an audience thing, and it's so satisfying
Yeah,
because it's like they don't know
they
what
turn
they're
away
both
and
doing.
they both do their thing.
Yeah, and she's just like giddy, grinning so adorably, and he does that cute little fist thing, and yeah. So it's a great ending. The dancing at the end I mentioned is a little in the cheeseball realm,
Yeah.
but I still appreciate it because it gives you like a glimpse of all of them together.
Yeah.
You finally get to see both worlds combined. You
Right.
see the two women that we've been following in the same room, and it's like there's some satisfaction to that.
But then you realize that Kate Winslet and Jude Law don't look related at all.
I don't know.
They just both have accents.
I think it's believable. It's never bothered me.
I almost forget when I watch the movie that they're supposed to be brother and sister. Like, I almost forget that that's a thing because I don't really see them as being brother and sister. But
Yeah. What do you think about the ending?
So I actually think it's pretty spot on for pretty much all of it. There's just a couple of things that, if I'm being nitpicky, like where at the very end, I can't help but like think to myself, like, and maybe this is just because I'm a bit too pessimistic, but I'm just like, are these gonna work out? Like, are these relationships gonna work out long term? I don't
yeah.
I don't know how that's gonna work. I mean,
it is true, and you're like the long distance. It's like
because it's like
really they all have their professions.
I don't think any of them are gonna move.
Yeah,
I really don't see any of them wanting to move. But
that is true.
That's kind of the bummer in my head. I'm just
Yeah.
always like, this feels like it's a fling, honestly, and that's all it's ever going to be. But the other thing that really drives me crazy is the fake window shot. It's so fake.
Oh, with them dancing.
The composited window on top of that building, like clearly they're not there. Like you don't get any of the right parallax. Like that kind of drives me crazy.
Yeah, it does look fairly bad.
I would imagine it's because the set inside is not actually inside that house or something to that effect. Otherwise, why wouldn't you just try to, I don't know. It always drives me a little nuts, but it's fine.
I can see that.
No, it is good. And it does hit you right in the feels plenty. So
yes.
Who's your favorite and least favorite character, actor, actress, performance in the movie?
So it's honestly hard for me to pick a character or actor that stands out as a favorite because I think I like all of the characters and actors pretty equally in the movie, honestly.
Sure.
But if I have to try and pick a favorite, my first reaction is to choose Iris as my favorite character. One, because she's played by Kate Winslet. And it's really fun watching Kate Winslet in that role. Like, I guess it's more because at the time of when I watched it, that was the first time I had really seen her do something comedic and light like that.
And also modern.
And modern, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because I had seen her in period pieces.
Sure.
And that's what she was known for.
Sense and Sensibility, Titanic
and Sense and Sensibility, yeah. And that honestly may have been like the extent of what I had seen her in before this.
I honestly don't know that many movies that she's in off the top of my head. So
that's partly why she wasn't my favorite actress at the time, because I hadn't seen her in a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It was always between her and Nicole Kidman, and I had seen Nicole Kidman in a lot more than her.
I forgot about your thing with Nicole Kidman. I forgot about this.
Yeah, it
Is that why you
kind
liked
of dropped off a long time ago.
That's part of why you watched The Golden Compass.
Mhm. She was my favorite part in The Golden
I
Compass.
never actually sat through that whole movie. Yeah.
It's a pretty good one.
Your favorite Nicole Kidman movie's Batman Forever, though, right?
No. No. Probably my least favorite. Just the typical damsel in distress. Yeah, no.
That's not even, like, I don't know what they were doing.
I don't know.
I mean,
it's just not great.
we don't need to talk about Batman Forever right now.
No. But back to Kate Winslet, Iris, her character, really. I like her character arc.
Yeah.
I feel like her arc is probably like the most noticeable, like maybe most focused on.
She's the narrator of the movie, so.
Yeah, she starts with the narration, and the movie starts with her story and seeing her painful situation that she's...
Does that narration come back?
No.
It's just an opener, basically.
It's just an opener.
And that's reasonable, I think.
Yeah. Consistent enough, because it doesn't just randomly pop up at the end or something.
Yeah, we've never talked about that before.
Yeah. Terminator.
You just had to.
I had to. I couldn't not. But yeah, her arc, because I like that you get to see her at the beginning of the movie where she's so unhappy and vulnerable. And then throughout the movie, you get to watch her grow and become strong and confident and like finally get to a point where she can let that situation go, that guy that's been, dragging her down for so long. So yeah, I decided that she's probably my favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, though,
yeah,
as a second,
Oh, you're giving me your second favorite?
I have to.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. There's too much information in my head about this movie. I almost want to say Jude Law is my favorite performance. My favorite actor.
Yeah.
Character versus performance. Which feels really wrong of me to say because, like, good looks, gorgeousness aside, like, it's not that.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't say he's my favorite because he's attractive, okay? Like,
I wouldn't judge you for that. I mean, that's fine.
Really thinking about it, though, like, I was reflecting on this question and I thought his performance might be the best, in my opinion. I think that he plays the character so well and he has all these emotional moments that I think he just hits really, like, really well. He's charming and funny and thoughtful, and that, like, there's multiple moments where I feel like he portrays emotions and what he's feeling just with, like, facial expressions.
Yeah.
Like, he does that really well. Like,
him and Kate Winslet are on similar levels with the facial, like, just expressing through just...
Yeah. Like, it comes to mind, like, when he's dropping Amanda off at the cottage and he's still sitting in the car, like, reflecting on the situation.
Yeah.
He, like, has this, like, he's just sitting there, right? But, like, you can see how he's thinking about it and processing it, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. I think he does a really great job.
But it's still Kate Winslet is the number one.
Well, that's why I have to distinguish between character versus performance.
Okay.
I think I like her character the most.
But
I think his
performance is better.
performance is better than Kate Winslet's performance.
Okay.
Which is interesting. But yeah. And then, well, I don't know if we hop between.
Do your least favorite.
Cause that's fine with me because I don't have one.
Oh, you don't?
I just like, I didn't think there was any character in the movie that I disliked.
That surprises me just a little bit.
Really?
Just a little bit.
Well, maybe you'll change my mind.
So let me throw a curveball at you. I was actually a little surprised by this when I thought about it last night. I don't know if it's just me wanting to be different, but like I genuinely feel like this needs to be said.
Oh boy.
Arthur. Eli Wallach?
Wallach. Yeah.
I think he's incredible in the movie.
Oh yeah.
I think he's so good, and he's like, I was just surprised by like how much I just enjoy him. Like a lot of movies, they can have these side plots and you just think, I don't care about this, get back to the romance. And for some reason, I just love the storyline with him of this, like, you know, retired, used to be very famous in Hollywood person that's just living next door, and he's just, you know, he's getting old and he's dealing with that. And I think he just does a great job. And I was going to get into this with like kind of the negatives of the movie, but like, and again, it's when I'm putting my analytical brain on. This movie to me feels a little bit scripted, and like it feels like a stage play to a point where I'm just like, but it kind of makes sense though, because I think this might be the symptom of when you have a director who's also the writer, where they really have a clear vision of what they want, and they sort of demand that. They're like, no, it is on the page, stick to the page. And I feel like that's what's happening in this movie. I even read a trivia thing where it was like, apparently she was like going all Kubrick and making people like do a lot of retakes.
Yeah, I read that.
So like, I don't know. I feel like that's a symptom, like me saying it feels scripted. I think that's a symptom of that. The only person who never falls victim to that, though, is Arthur. I never feel like his stuff is scripted.
Interesting.
Which is weird. I don't know why.
No, I could see that.
But I really appreciate his performance. I appreciate his story. And I think he might be in my favorite part of the movie, my favorite scene, the part that hits me the most. But we can get into that. So I'm going to go with Arthur. I think Arthur's great in the movie.
Okay.
He's got some great lines. Least favorite. Come on.
I really don't know.
Maggie. Like,
they
so, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to blame the actress. That's not what I'm going to do.
She's just not given anything.
She is almost not in the movie.
Yeah.
She's barely in it. And when she is, she has the most ridiculously cheesy lines. Like,
yeah, I made a mistake.
I screwed up. Haven't you ever made a mistake before? It's like, it's so bad. That's the only part I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
admittedly, I didn't think of her when I was trying.
Did she have anything else in the movie? Like, did they cut all her stuff?
Yep, she's just there. She's just a pretty face to be like, Jack Black has a pretty girlfriend that's obviously going to hurt him.
So that's my least favorite. That's where
that is a good answer. Now that you've said it, I said you might convince me. There you go.
Like half of her stuff is like
that
on the other end of a phone conversation, and you don't see her at all or hear her at all. It's just like,
yep.
I don't know.
No,
maybe
that is a good answer.
Yeah, that's my take. So, let's get into favorite scene. What are your favorite scenes?
Yeah, I told you.
That's kind of how it goes nowadays.
Yeah, it's too hard to pick a single one in most cases when you're talking about your favorites. So I couldn't pick a single one. I only narrowed it down to like 4.
It's better than me. I think I have 5.
Oh, really? I think I cut my 5th one out because I was trying to. But I'm just going to touch on them each briefly. I didn't write a whole lot about them. The first one is the scene where Amanda and Graham first meet. I actually find that like a very fun, good I don't know, entertaining scene.
Yeah.
Because the chemistry between Cameron Diaz and Jude Law is incredible. I mean, I think it's incredible throughout the movie, but this first initial meeting.
I know that I mentioned it being kind of an awkward scene when you're a teenager, but nowadays it's like, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I mean, like, it, her seducing him, I guess, like, that aspect of it could be viewed as uncomfortable, but yeah, as an adult, it's like,
I'll just say it now. That's one of my favorite musical moments too.
Okay.
I think the music is so good in that scene.
Yeah.
There's just something, it's perfectly like playful and exciting and like simple, low key. It's just, the music's spot on right there. I love it.
But yeah, that one, I just think like the banter between them and the comedic moments, like her trying to like make herself look nicer while he's turned around and things like that, and she's got her pants stuck in her sock and like just all these little things. It's like so well played out and orchestrated, I guess. So that one's really good. And then the second one I have is the tent scene where they're in the tent with Graham's daughters.
I had the entirety of her discovering he's a father up to that point as all one really, really good scene.
It really is.
Because
it's when the twist is revealed.
Yeah,
she thought this whole time that he had women on the side, and it turns out it's just his daughters. Very clever, even though it may be ridiculous that.
And his daughters are so flippin' cute.
Yes, they are.
They're so cute.
Those little British girls, their cute little accents.
I was watching it, and the two girls actually remind me a lot of my two oldest boys, like right now, the age that they are right now.
Yeah.
And they say the things that I'm like, that is something Henry would totally say, or that's something Owen would say, like totally.
Yeah. So yeah, that one with the payoff of the Three Musketeers. So
didn't we have a weird debate about this where like we had a different view on that moment than Sarah or something like that, where it was like I don't know.
We might have had a weird disagreement or discussion about that in the past. I think now that you've mentioned it, but I don't remember what our points were.
Something about it, like, was it a coincidence or did they learn that based off of him talking to...
like, did he call them the Three Musketeers after his discussion with Cameron Diaz?
No.
Or had they always?
No, he did not.
I think that's what the conversation was, though. Something along those lines. That
was the conversation. But the answer is no. It was just a coincidence that, like, triggered her a little bit.
Yes.
And, like, it has this perfectly, like, cute, but also a little bit awkward cringe moment for her character, because it's like, oh, whoa, there's a lot happening right now.
Well, yeah, like the man she's been having a fling with and has children, and
it's a bit of a weird moment for him to like reach for her hand at that time. It's like,
I don't think it is. Maybe that was part of the argument.
It's just like, it's like,
I like that.
I don't know.
I think it's so cute.
He's just coming on a little too strong at that moment. But again, I think that's okay. It's not that it's just, I'm personally like, that's a pretty strong thing, like, very forward thing to do in that moment. He's basically with one motion of his hand is saying, "Be the mother of my children."
No, that's not how.
This feels right.
No,
that, or I understand where you're coming from. Like, no matter how you read into that, it's a bit much for him to
disagree. Do that. I think it's very sweet and touching. Literally, just
I don't think she was into it. I think she was like, "Whoa."
I could see her maybe being like, "Whoa," but I don't view it as creepy from his end, because
not creepy. It's just, it's a little too. It's like,
it's supposed to be touching, though. Like I said, because that's him acknowledging, like, hey, we had this deep personal conversation where you shared a
Yeah.
personal experience from your past with your
Yeah.
parents getting divorced.
And here's me trying to
And
like
I'm aware that this
emotionally
mentioning no this mentioning of the Three Musketeers means something to you because it meant something to you in your past, and I'm acknowledging like that
I
might
remember
be an
you saying
emotional
that.
thing
Yeah.
for you. Whatever, it's good. How dare you trigger me like that?
No, that's two.
That is too. The little girls in that also. You said
Yes.
how adorable they
They're
are, but they
adorable.
did so good too.
I totally buy that they're his children.
Yeah.
The way he interacts with them. It's
Yeah.
very like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, he plays being a father really well too. Third one. Third scene. I don't have a lot to say about this one, but I had to mention it.
Wait. I have to stop you. You're not even going to mention Mr. Napkinhead?
No.
You're not even going to mention it?
No.
Well, I'm going to mention it. That's a great moment.
It is.
It's a great
so
moment.
fun.
Mr. Napkinhead. Do you think... Did Nancy Myers really write that into the script? He puts a napkin on his
Well,
head with glasses.
Did you read all of the trivia?
I didn't.
Okay. I read every single one.
I'm sure you did. It probably wasn't the first time.
But it's silly of me to... No, it was the first time, actually.
Was it really?
Yeah.
You're not like me. If I love a
No.
movie, I start reading the trivia.
I never do that.
I love
No.
it. It's so
Sometimes I read, like, goofs and quotes,
fun. That's so interesting.
but
I would have thought for sure you had read every piece of trivia. But
no.
okay.
But what's funny... I mean, I bring this up, and I'm not even going to remember it, but because you brought up Mr. Napkinhead, there was trivia about Mr. Napkinhead that apparently that was, like, taken from some other movie,
Oh, it's like paying homage to something?
I guess.
Interesting.
But I didn't read into it because I'm, like, weirded out that the movie that it listed sounded inappropriate.
Oh, yeah?
Like, where I couldn't imagine what context Mr. Napkinhead happens in a movie with an inappropriate title.
I'll have to go Google that after the fact. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, so I don't know what was going on there, but it was interesting to learn that it came from something else. So,
Yeah.
anyway, number 3, very short mention. The scene where Iris and Miles are sitting at the piano and he's like
and he's playing
little snippets to try and come up with a theme for Arthur. It's really fun.
And then he wrote one for her
And then
too.
it just kind of melts into him playing a theme that he wrote for her, and it's just like this beautiful theme.
Yeah,
and
he
he's
just like perfectly transitions
and
away
the
from
line, it's one of my I've got it in my quotes section, but like, you know, he says, Iris, if you were a melody, I used only the good notes. It's like, that's so cute.
Yep. I didn't mention that scene, actually. I mean, it's not a bad scene.
Yeah.
I didn't mention it.
It wouldn't be like my top one, but I had to mention it. And then the last one, I want to say I'm a little embarrassed to say that it's like possibly my favorite of these 4 that I've mentioned, just because it takes place in the bedroom. But it is not a love scene. That is not why.
Is it when he tells her he loves her?
Yes.
And they're trying to figure out how
that
they're gonna...
dialogue between them, just laying in bed,
I'm sorry.
talking about the whole situation.
I apologize for the blunt delivery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That, I don't know what to call it. That dialogue that he has there in that scene is just so, and maybe that kind of falls into it was very scripted, I don't know, but I love it.
It doesn't come off too scripted in that moment. Like, Jude Law has moments where it feels scripted, but a lot of the times he does better than Cameron Diaz, I would say.
Okay. But that whole speech he gives on being in love with her, I think is just so, so good.
And you can tell that he's like holding back tears, basically. 'Cause
Yes.
you can tell that she's like not.
Well, yes,
She's
that's
not
what I was going to
immediately
say.
reacting the way he would hope.
Yes. When he tells her and declares that he loves her and she doesn't reciprocate.
Mm-hmm.
The look on his face, the devastation, again with just his facial expressions. My goodness, like, ugh.
And then he's like, why don't we just talk about something
Yes,
else?
and
He's
then
like,
he just brushes it off that, like, his heart was broken just a little bit.
There's kind of a
It's
reversal of
so
like
good.
typical like
Usually
man,
it's
woman.
the woman saying
yeah,
that.
like it seems like, I don't know, maybe that's not totally true, but it feels a little bit backwards the way that plays out, which is fine. It's kind of the movie's good about sort of subverting some of those expectations. But
No, I would agree that it does seem different, maybe just in like movies, that Cameron Diaz would be the character that's like
yeah,
very like unsure and not willing to express herself.
they even address it that like at that time it was a lot more unusual that she would be this very strong, independent,
right,
career-driven woman, and even that, it's like, but anyway.
Okay. Well, those are my 4. What is your favorite scene? Do you have one?
I'm surprised we
Multiple?
didn't have more crossover, honestly. So,
Okay.
this actually, I feel like this scene gets a little bit of trash on the internet, but like, I actually think it's fun watching Iris freak out over Amanda's house. Like when she first arrives and she's just like, oh my gosh, and she's freaking out, running around. And
Yeah.
people have said like, no one acts like that in real life, like when they're alone. I'm like, I mean, some people probably do.
You don't know.
But I find it to be kind of fun.
And the music.
You know what it reminds me of, though? Because it is very cheesy. It's like, we made movies when we were kids. And I remember scenes where we would have weird over-the-top moments, but it wasn't over a house. It would be over a bedroom.
Wow, Becca,
Your
room. It's
so
blue.
Yeah,
It fits you perfectly.
It makes me think about that. It's like, it's that at a Hollywood level. I already mentioned that the symmetry of Amanda running to the cottage as opposed to the beginning when she is like barely even into going to the cottage. She's just not happy. I like the symmetry of that being at the end and the beginning. The three-way phone call is so funny. That's the funniest part of the movie.
Yeah.
The movie's not actually that funny of a movie in my opinion.
No.
That's like one of the few really funny moments. But did they rip off Mean Girls with that three-way conversation?
What?
The same joke happens in Mean Girls where she thinks she switched the lines and she didn't. Oh, she's so annoying. Who is?
Oh.
I looked it up. Mean Girls came first, so they might have
Really?
ripped it off.
Wow.
It's a funny scene regardless. But I already mentioned Amanda finding out about Graham being a widower and seeing his children for the first time. All of that, I think, is actually really great. I said that it's kind of a roller coaster of emotions. That's how I described it, but in a good way. Graham weeping. You didn't mention Graham weeping as a scene. I mean...
that was the one I probably cut from my... Yeah.
You used to talk about that scene a lot.
No, I still... Yeah, that's one of my favorite... That's where I was kind of like... That's one of my favorite moments.
He has a great, weeping face when she comes in. It's
so
very
like puppy dog, just sad. Just
and he has that moment where he like acknowledges like, I know this is crazy.
He kind of laughs about it while he's wiping the tears. I know how silly it is
that I'm crying. But it's true.
And he points up at him like, I told you I was a crier.
My favorite scene though for the whole movie, and again, I'm surprised you didn't even mention this one, but it's not that shocking based on other things I've said already, but it hits me every time when Arthur walks into his little special event that he thinks only 11 people are going to show up to. and
it's
like
a room
it's a crowd full of people,
Yep.
and he just gets he gets super emotional in that moment where it's
Yep.
just like
Yep, and the music when the doors open and he sees that crowd there for him.
That's the part that hits me the most. And so
Oh, I'm sure that's gotten me teary-eyed
Yeah.
before. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. What's the most awkward part of this movie, Becca? Most awkward scene?
I struggled with this one.
I did too, actually.
Couldn't think of an awkward thing, which in my reaching, I feel a little weird saying this because you touched on it and how funny it is. The three-way call, it is funny.
Yeah.
But I did put, it is a little awkward, but like it's inherently supposed to be awkward.
It's like cringe humor a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mhm.
So I kind of put, I remember thinking how hilarious it was when I was younger and saw it, earlier on.
But you think it's more cringy now as an
But
adult.
yeah, the more I've watched it, I've kind of maybe just gotten over the humor a little bit to where it's kind of just like, it's uncomfortable. It's a little awkward. I find the funniest part of it when it is the twist of, oh, it's still me, when she like that is
Still
funny.
me.
But like yeah.
Oh.
No. And then the only other thing I could think of last minute, an awkward part I think is just watching Jack Black pretend to play the piano
Oh, you thought that was
in certain scenes where it's just like he's clearly not playing the piano and his hands are kind of just floating up and down. Like
I actually thought it looked pretty good most of the time.
most of the time, I think you're right. And there's even some scenes where they have his fingers playing the notes and you can tell.
I think the part where he's playing like Arthur's song and her song, that's probably the biggest offender, and they purposely don't show his hands a whole lot at all.
So that's all I could come up with. Did you find what did you find was
I was
awkward?
really reaching, like very early on. I was like, this is kind of a weird moment, but I don't know. I thought it was a little bit ridiculous. It's trying to trick us a little bit. The part on the plane when that random attractive man like starts like
flirting with her.
He's giving her full on like flirty vibes.
Yes.
But his wife is right behind him. Like,
right?
What the
Like
heck?
why would he do that?
Was he thinking he was gonna sit next to her and like enjoy the flight next to Kate Winslet? Like what the heck was that?
I know. He's just like, hey, how you doing?
But then he like looks a little disappointed when his wife's like, no, we're sitting there.
And she's clearly like upset with him too. Like, what are you doing?
I mean, I think it's poking fun at like the cliche of like you go on this dream vacation and it's like
You're immediately gonna
I
find
immediately find someone on a plane. Even though the movie literally, I immediately find someone in this cottage. They show up at my house. You know,
Yes.
Anyway, that was my reach, but
Okay.
which brings us to the fun parts. I don't. You might have very little to say about this. I don't know. What's the movie's biggest pitfall? What's the biggest flaw of the movie?
Again, as with most of my favorites, it's like these are perfect movies. So
Like trying to pick your least favorite child.
yeah. Reaching, I put two things, and one of them I feel bad saying, but first one, I put maybe it's a pitfall that it's a little bit dated, just in the sense that there is a Blockbuster scene and Blockbuster doesn't exist, and
It's nostalgia.
I mean, like, children today probably don't know what Blockbuster is.
It's a period piece now.
Yeah,
That's a time.
I was like,
almost forgotten.
maybe it's a little dated, but I don't see it as an issue. The other one that I have that I feel guilty about is that Jack Black is not the most attractive guy. And like, I feel like a terrible person saying that, but like he is not the typical good-looking Hollywood actor.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like it's a common complaint with this movie that like he's not good looking enough to be with Kate Winslet. Like that's not a good match. Like I've heard that before.
Yeah.
But I personally don't care. I still think he pulls it off really well, the role.
Don't you think that was kind of intentional a little bit though? Like they were like, we want her to be obsessed with a more traditionally attractive man, but he's like a horrible person. And so they're like, let's flip it and like
get a less attractive but
a genuinely good human being.
Person. Maybe.
I wonder
Although
if that was
I don't
kind
know
of
if Jasper's really that
because didn't it
great
say,
looking either.
didn't I read somewhere that like he was the person she had in mind?
Yeah.
Like everyone she wanted in the movie apparently
was one of the trivia that I read as well, that she wrote the movie with these actors in mind.
I have a hard time believing I have a bit of a hard time believing that she was that fortunate to get all of them, but
yeah.
If she's telling the truth, that's incredible.
If she is, that's yeah.
That's incredible that she's like, oh, I got everything I wanted, including Jack Black.
Yeah. But really, anytime someone's like, really though, Jack Black and Kate Winslet, I always have to say, like, for me, he's so cute and sweet and he's so funny, and like all of these traits that he has in this movie make him more attractive. Like he's not traditionally attractive, but that just goes to show that like the personality and him just genuinely being a good, sweet person makes him more attractive.
Okay.
In my opinion. So it doesn't bother me. What about you? What do you think is the biggest pitfall?
You might need to put some of your defenses up.
I need to brace myself.
No, I'm sure you'll fight me on some of these. Maybe. I don't know. I had you pretty convinced with Maggie, but I thought it was weird. I was watching it, and as many times as I've watched this movie, I can never remember how the movie begins. I know that's a weird thing to say. Like every time I watch it, I'm always like, oh yeah, this is how the movie begins. I'm telling you, like a few months from now, if you ask me how the movie begins, I probably would get it wrong. Like I just never remember that the opening shot is of a random couple in some other movie
kissing,
and Jack Black is the first character you see, and he's playing the piano.
Mm.
I would never remember that, and I don't know if that's like that. It's a weird thing to think about. I'm like, does that mean the opening's a bit weird, like weak? I don't know, maybe. The other thing that stood out to me, remember how I said this movie makes me want to go to England?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it does a very good job of making me want to go to LA. Like LA is kind of like not really shown a whole lot in this movie. Like,
yeah, it's really just her house. And that house is beautiful.
But LA is sort of like...
That's probably intentional that they didn't show a lot of it.
LA is not great, or
I don't think it's like a traditionally beautiful location.
Shot of the coast. And it's not like a beach you would ever want to go to.
I can't even picture a shot of the coast.
It's her in the car.
But I remember her in the car with the Christmas music in a sunny location, which I like.
So like they really sell me
flowers.
They sell me hard on England, not so much on LA.
No.
Again, whatever.
Yeah.
I already mentioned how the dialogue feels a little too scripted on occasion, and how it's a symptom of maybe the director being the writer. But also, I feel like I had similar complaints about Kate Winslet in Titanic, which is making me wonder if Kate Winslet...
If it's her, if she's the problem.
But the funny thing is, Titanic was also the same writer-director. James Cameron wrote and directed it. So it's like, did he have the same thing where it was like he had a vision and he made her stick to it?
I don't think it's Kate Winslet.
Is she just
I think you're probably right.
Is she just really devoted to the script when she performs? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, you know, but some people like, you hear about these actors who like, they have to like zhuzh up the script a little bit. They're like, let me rewrite that dialogue just a little bit.
That's so funny.
I don't know. Like, it's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
I still enjoy the movie, and I was purposely being nitpicky. But the other thing is, this is 2006. Does Graham's two daughters both really have their own cell phone?
That's what I said earlier. I mean, I hinted at it, where it's like, with the twist.
It's like they had to do that so that he could get phone calls from two maybe women in his life.
Yes.
And I'm like,
I said that
do they
to
really
Kyle.
have their own cell phones?
The twist and like the setup of him possibly having these women, it's all so clever, but that is a pitfall.
Maybe it makes sense because they don't have a mom, and so he felt the need to have them have cell phones. Maybe. But in 2006, I feel like that's pretty unusual.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I had the same thought. It's like there's no way that they would each have their personal caller ID.
I need you to talk me through this a little bit, because I was watching it and I either I missed something or I don't understand, or it's like a weird thing. Why did Jack Black show up at the house the second time? Why did he show up?
Okay. So it's not weird. I understand anyway. It's not weird that he showed up. There is a reason.
The first time he shows up, it's because he's like a buddy of Amanda's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Is the second time like he came to get more stuff? Is that all it was? Like, why did he show up?
So yeah, he showed up the first time to get the ex-boyfriend's laptop.
Yes.
But she didn't give it to him, which I find funny because it's like didn't? She says, I'd be more comfortable like confirming this or checking with Amanda's assistant.
Wait, did she say that?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, so it was this whole thing like,
so that
I want to double check that it's okay for me to give this to you, which I was like, that's funny because she just let this complete stranger through the gate.
So is that why he went the second time?
Yeah,
because she confirmed it?
Yeah, so he was coming back the second time to actually get the laptop. He leaves with the laptop.
I don't know that I love that answer. It's a bit too convenient. It was like, I can see Nancy Meyer like, I need a reason for him to go back without his girlfriend being in the car with him.
Well, it's super odd and cheesy that he would go in and be like part of that dinner
party. Everyone's a little overly
too friendly. Exactly. Like,
and then
no.
He's like, he gives her multiple kisses on the cheek.
Oh, that's so cute though.
When he pulls the hair or the thing out of her eye, it's like everyone's a little too friendly, you know? No.
Yes. If you look at it with that lens, I agree.
I can buy that. I was like, I know he had to have gone over there for some reason, because if he didn't have a reason, that's a bit weird and convenient to the plot. Also, here's my last thing. I can come up with a reason, but I'm reaching maybe a little bit. What was the point of the esophageal spasms? What was the point of that in the story? Did that have a point? And it didn't really seem to have a huge payoff as far as I could tell. Like, what was the point of the esophageal spasms?
I don't think there was much of one. Like, I don't think there was a payoff for that.
I read in the trivia that it was something that Nancy Meyers dealt with. Also, I think I actually diagnosed myself a little bit with that based off of this movie. So I think I have that problem.
Yes, I was going to mention
that's the reason it's in the movie. Is it's like a public service announcement.
Just to let people know it's a thing and you might have it.
The only thing I could think is that like that's our indication. That's like her bottling up her emotions. Like that's like the reaction to her bottling up her emotions.
I've just always taken that as it's showing us that she has a stressful life. Like she's got a lot of stress built up internally, probably related to like, oh, she doesn't cry.
Yeah.
And so she's got this physical manifestation of that. That's how I've taken it anyway.
Interesting. Anyway, that's it. Those are my things that I'm like, maybe pitfalls, but
that's so interesting that you seem to have such, and again, I know you don't have that big of an issue with it, but bringing up the dialogue
for Cameron Diaz.
Or Kate Winslet.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They both, yeah.
Because I don't know if it's just like the same thing that I feel about the dialogue in this movie, but in a positive light. Like if we're both seeing the same thing, but it hits us differently.
I mean, it's a subjective thing,
because
for sure.
I could imagine what you're saying about how a lot of it could be scripted or sound scripted.
I mean, feeling like a play isn't necessarily a bad thing,
right?
Because like a play, there is a different rhythm to how people perform on a stage.
I just wonder if like we are talking about the same thing, but like I said, like it's something I actually like because I like all of the dialogue. Like I think that a lot of the conversations and the, I want to call it monologues. Is that right? Where one character just kind of like gives this long speech.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of those, and I feel like they're so well written, and I like really appreciate them. But now that you're pointing that out, it's like, yeah.
I'm ruining the movie for you.
No, it's not ruining it. I just think that's so interesting that I think that it's the same thing.
I think it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. When something doesn't feel naturalistic, I tend to appreciate a more naturalistic sound, which is weird because at the same time, I don't know, like, I get really annoyed with a lot of dialogue in modern movies, especially comedies.
Yeah.
But that might just be because I'm getting old. I don't know.
Wow.
Favorite musical element from this film?
Yeah.
You love Hans Zimmer's score. I mean, I know that.
I love Hans Zimmer's score. I don't feel like I have a whole lot to say about it, but like I already called it, like, it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And I love that this is a Hans Zimmer score, and it's not like one of these big epics, like a big epic blockbuster movie that he's known for making. And what's funny about that is like he actually does a lot, or has done a lot of movies like this. He just like does it all, like just very common. He's done animated movies, a lot of like romantic comedy movies.
I was gonna say it's a great reminder that Hans Zimmer he can do anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the big sci-fi blockbuster. It doesn't have to be the big action film.
Right, because when you think of Hans Zimmer, you think of his big ones, but it's like, no, like he can produce amazing scores for something as little as a little rom-com like this, like, and it's beautiful. And I think this is one of my favorite scores, like, ever.
Weren't you just a little bit peeved though that he didn't do any of the music from this movie in the concert?
I was gonna say, like, that would have been the only thing that would have made that concert perfect.
Heaven forbid. He did Pirates, he did Gladiator, he did Inception.
How dare he forget The Holiday? I bet he disappointed so many people.
He did pick Dark Phoenix over this. I mean, that's kind of painful.
That is pretty painful. He was going for the big ones, right? Like, it was for a performance. He wanted big and action. And
like, did he do anything that was at this level though? I mean, it is kind of like, it's.
I mean, like, the softest things he played were Interstellar and The Last Samurai.
Last Samurai is a great example. He did do that one. I loved that in the concert.
Yeah, that was a really good reminder because I wouldn't have had that one on my radar for him to play, and now it's like,
it's really good.
But yeah, I had like the smallest sliver of like hope. Maybe. I knew he wouldn't, but like it's one of those things where you're like, maybe some miracle he'll play my favorite of his just because I'm there.
Could have been like a solo piano part. He just sat down to the piano and played The Holiday.
But yeah, it's beautiful. Maestro is the name of the main song from the score that I learned to play a little bit of and listen to most of the time.
So is that the one that's like da 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 da?
Yeah.
That one.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That opens the movie and kind of, I think, just like the main, I call it the main theme of the movie, but
they do like basically the main song for both Iris's and Amanda's climactic moments at the end when like it's basically the same song.
Yep.
Slightly different, like a little bit, but like variations.
Yep.
I actually had to go back and play both those parts. I was like, is this exactly the same music? It's not exact, but it.
Yeah, it's weaved in there.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna say, the soundtrack is also really good. Obviously, the score is my favorite of the music in it, but just in general, like the music is very good picked for this movie. There's good Christmas music, and there's a couple of good like, I don't know if it's like alternative rock songs from that time, but like Mr. Brightside.
So is it weird that as I was watching it, I was like, this, for some reason, this movie almost doesn't hit me as a Christmas movie. It's like the fact that it's Christmas is sort of pushed to the background a little bit, aside from
a couple of Christmas songs.
They play Christmas music.
Yeah.
There is definitely a little bit of Christmas decoration here and there.
No,
but it's like,
I actually agree. I don't know if I've ever really felt like this is a strong Christmas movie.
Yeah. It's just,
I tend to watch it around the holiday season, whether that's...
It's called The Holidays.
Right.
So gotta watch it
but
during
like,
the holidays.
I don't even know if it's like I'm watching it because it's Christmas. I feel like it's more of just like...
It's so secondary to it.
The
it's like,
feeling that it like gives,
somehow,
and it takes place in December, January. I don't know.
It's like somehow Die Hard is more of a Christmas movie, you know.
I've never seen
weird.
it.
It's weird. Like that's not totally true. Like it's funny that debate, but anyway, something I was just noticing was like,
no, it is interesting because I love that it has Christmas music in it, but even that, it's like
there isn't a Christmas tree in the cottage, is there?
No, I don't think so.
There might be one thing on the door.
There's like strings of, that's a weird detail that I noticed last night, or the night I watched it rather. There's strings of colorful popcorn, like rainbow popcorn
in the cottage,
strung in the cottage. And I was like, where do you get that rainbow popcorn, and who strung it? Like, I mean, needle through the popcorn.
I could buy Iris had maybe done that.
That's so weird.
She left like right before Christmas happens.
Yeah.
It's like she probably decorated.
I just was thinking that's a weird
That's why I was
decoration.
surprised there's not a tree.
Yeah.
Unless it's hiding somewhere. I don't remember seeing a tree anywhere in this movie. Maybe at the holiday party at the beginning.
No, there's a tree in Graham's house when she walks in the front door.
Oh, is there?
And the little girls are like, "Is that for us?" And they take the little gift bag over to the tree and look through it.
It's like her little goodie basket for her and Graham.
Just like wine and cheese and crackers and
she had to like slip the lingerie out before the kids got to it.
You look like my Barbie. Terrible British accent there. But that line is so funny.
Were there any specific moments, though, as far as the music? Or just the entirety?
Yeah, I didn't really think about specific moments. I mean, like, the music of Cameron Diaz running back to the cottage, that's really good. Yeah. What about you? What is your...
So I do... It's really fun when Cameron Diaz is just belting Mr. Brightside.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me wonder, though, do you think she's actually tone deaf? Because if she's not, she's really good at faking it. Like, really good at faking it. I already mentioned their first interaction, Graham and Amanda. The music there is wonderful. I really like it. And it's also... I don't know. It's... I don't think we ever hear the music quite like that anywhere else. I really like the build-up, actually, of Iris kicking Jasper out finally. The build-up to the main theme. I think it's really good there. The part that cracks me up the most that I noticed this time, again, the movie lives in a world where movies exist, and Hans Zimmer exists in the world. Miles literally hums a Hans Zimmer theme from one of the movies he scored.
Driving Miss Daisy.
Which I was like, it didn't really dawn on me until this time. Like, oh, he's literally referencing the composer who's composing this movie. No, but yeah, like those are kind of things that stood out to me. And the theme is very catchy. I don't know if that's because I've known you for so long, but like, it can get stuck in my head. Like, it can absolutely get stuck in my head.
I mean, it's very similar to the main theme, but that reminds me of the theme for Iris and Jasper. They have their own, whenever she's like dealing with her emotions with him.
That very like, it's very somber music.
Yeah, it's a very melancholic. Bum, 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 bum. When she's on the airplane messaging him, like, you need to let me try to move on from you. And like, that's a really good one too.
I always think that she doesn't send the message. She actually sent that to him and he ignored it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. He's still, it's like
his behavior, I always think, well, she didn't send it, right? Because
he still
just
sends
ignores
her
it.
Stuff. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I thought of a specific, now that you made me the wheels turn thinking of specific musical moments. This is a silly one, but there's music that plays when Iris is just like at the new house where she dives into the swimming pool. There's really pretty high-pitched like piano, I think, or something like that I've always thought kind of like reflects the water or something, but
no,
anyway, very pretty.
Unexpected crew or cast member.
Yeah. I didn't have anything interesting for this. I always point out how Jasper and Maggie were both in A Knight's Tale.
Oh yeah.
Because our family watched A Knight's Tale a lot, and so it just was like immediately noticeable, like, whoa, they're both in this. But I also put that it's cool and random that Eli Wallach is in it.
Yep.
Because
I remember mom and dad, or dad probably more so, making a huge deal about him being in the movie.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Every time it was on and dad was around, he would say, "It's the rat."
It's Tuco. Tuco the rat from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yes, exactly.
He was the ugly.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, that's the only thing I know him from is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And that's just because dad always made a point of it, that he was from it.
It's a great movie. So good. Have you ever actually sat down and watched it?
Probably not all the way through.
Scored by
Ennio Morricone,
which is one of the people that
Jack Black's character
he references it twice. He references him twice, actually.
Yep, that was in the trivia. So yeah, I mentioned those, but then a last minute mention, because I was very like, I've always found this very odd. The opening that you never remember of the fake movie.
Is the girl someone? Is she in another movie?
I don't know who the girl is, but it is about the guy. I've always recognized that guy, and I'm always like, why is this actor just in this like 2-second fake movie clip at the beginning of The Holiday? Like, why? How would you even get that role?
Mm-hmm.
And it always confused me because he had a decent like period of time where his career was a little more.
Wait, what was he in?
So his name is Alex O'Loughlin.
Okay.
Again, like nothing big that I would know him in, but I definitely recognize his face. And the reason I recognize him, looking at him on IMDb now, he was in August Rush. He plays like one of the Irish brothers of the
really?
main dude
Really?
that he gets in a fight with. And then he was also in a movie as the lead with J-Lo called The Backup Plan. I don't know if I ever watched it, but I remember that movie existing. But it's like weird because I'm like, I know this dude was around and in decent sized roles. So it's like, why was he the guy kissing in this 2-second scene of The Holiday? But whatever. That's what I had. What about you?
So I also mentioned Eli Wallach, but always surprising to see John Krasinski for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Every single time. I'm like, oh, there's John Krasinski.
Yeah.
I'm assuming The Office had started by then.
I would
think
assume
it did.
so.
2006? That sounds about right. Very close to when it started, I think.
Maybe.
But the one I was going to bring up is that Nancy Meyer, she wrote the screenplay for the Lindsay Lohan version of The Parent Trap.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Lindsay Lohan's in this movie.
Yeah.
She plays one of the random,
Yeah.
like she's in one of the random movies she's doing
movie
his trailer for.
trailer. James Franco and Lindsay Lohan.
But yeah, she did the screenplay for that one.
That is interesting.
There you go.
I didn't know that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And very similar thing here, but favorite piece of IMDb trivia.
Sorry, my brain just went down a path for a second. Because you mentioned John Krasinski, it also reminded me that Catherine Hahn is in it as well.
Yeah, they're like her assistants or whatever.
Super random. And Catherine Hahn has gotten like so big in recent years with Marvel and all that. But anyway, the favorite piece of trivia. Yeah, like you said, similar. We talked about how supposedly the film was written for these actors specifically in mind, but so I had that one, and then the other one that I thought was just a fun piece of trivia, because I read through all of them and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna pick here. There were a few interesting ones, but this one I decided was fun. The 4 lead actors have all worked with Jim Carrey. They've all been in movies with Jim Carrey.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Jack Black was in a Jim Carrey movie?
So, yeah, and I haven't...
Or was Jim Carrey in a Jack Black movie?
Jack Black was in a Jim Carrey movie. And I have not seen this movie.
What movie was it?
Apparently he was in Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh. It's funny. I can only ever remember one part of that movie. I don't remember anything else. Directed by Ben Stiller, oddly enough. It always shocks me to hear that.
The Cable Guy? That's weird.
Always throws me off to think about that. Yeah. That's interesting, though. Jack Black.
But yeah, I think that's an interesting little...
Kate Winslet, Eternal
commonality
Sunshine.
They have. Yeah, Eternal Sunshine.
Wait, Jude Law and Jim Carrey?
Yeah, and that one I would not have known. I don't remember this movie, like, at all. So I didn't even know Jude Law was in it.
What movie was it? Is it gonna be a big aha moment? Like,
no, you're probably gonna be like, I don't know that one. A series of unfortunate events, like Lemony Snickets or whatever.
I don't know if I've ever actually watched that movie.
I remember really not liking it. So, and then of course Cameron Diaz, you know,
The Mask.
Yes.
The Mask,
and all of those movies predated this one. So
interesting.
Maybe that's why they all came together. Just kidding.
So here's mine. I was surprised to find out that Kate Winslet and Rufus Sewell had a relationship.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Iris
interesting.
and Jasper, that was a real thing that happened.
Yeah.
Hopefully it was less tragic. Favorite quotes? You got any good quotes from this movie?
I've got a few. Couldn't pick a single favorite, but I'll just quickly go down the list. We've mentioned a couple, but this one is actually like not a common, or it's not one you would think of because it's not really a quote unique to this movie probably, but I wanted to mention it because for whatever reason it makes me laugh. I don't know if it's just the delivery, but when Cameron Diaz is kind of like drunk in the store.
Oh yeah, and she like laughs.
And the woman checking her out, like at the cashier or whatever, she's like, it looks like someone's having a party tonight. And how Cameron Diaz says, oh yeah. That always makes me laugh.
Doesn't she have like this really obnoxious laugh at one point too, where I don't know, she says something in response and she's like, like she does something crazy.
She probably has a little bit of a, little chuckle there.
I'll have to find the moment.
Yeah. I really love Kate Winslet's line in the restaurant with Arthur after he like tells her, you should be the leading lady of your life, you're acting like the best friend, and Kate Winslet's like, says the whole spiel of I've been seeing a therapist for 3 years and she's never explained it that well. So then the part that was brilliant, brutal but brilliant. Thank you. Because she's like almost in tears over the whole thing,
but she's also impressed.
Yeah. And then we talked about the whole Jack Black line at the piano. Very, very sweet. Iris, if you were a melody. And we mentioned a couple times the line about being corny. That is a very good one. I like corny. I'm looking for corny in my life. And then the last one I have ties into like one of my favorite scenes of Jude Law declaring his love. I think that whole thing is just very well written, but I love how he says, I apologize for the blunt delivery, but as problematic as this fact may be, I am in love with you.
It's again, it kind of, you can tell that came off of a page a little bit.
Yes.
It gives me a little bit of Jane Austen vibes, kind of like that feels like
that's
it could
what
be
I
in
was
a Jane
thinking.
Austen novel.
It seems similar
Maybe
to
that's just because he's British. I don't know.
To the Pride and Prejudice line with Mr. Darcy. Same vibe. But yeah, that's what I had. What about you? What are your favorite lines?
So I'll mention these ones together, but I like the terms that she learns from Arthur. So like the meet cute. This movie taught me that. Gumption. Yep. Gumption. It's I still don't know what it means exactly.
I don't either.
But I like it. What is the part when they wake up after she's got like a huge hangover and she's all like super embarrassed and she's like, but you were here, and he just says, I was. Like he's so proud of himself. It was so good.
Like he's teasing.
I do like how he says, I weep. I'm a major weeper.
I cry all the time.
And then again, that leads to that great payoff moment at the end. I texted you something. I was in California once and we went to Santa Monica and I had to text you. She was in Santa Monica. She was in Santa Monica. And then he has a great F-bomb in the movie. You need this more than I do. Yeah. You're going to hate me for bringing this up. Maybe not. It's the one part of the movie I'm like, this had to have been like ad-libbed. There's no way it was scripted. I need to know. I couldn't find it though. Boob graze.
I was just gonna say
accidental boob graze. It was accidental.
I hadn't thought of that until just now. That is one of the funniest moments of the movie. It's funny, like the things that make me laugh in this movie, like just the drunk Cameron Diaz saying, "Oh yeah," and then Jack Black saying that in the restaurant. Like that's so his delivery and reaction to it.
He's like,
boob graze.
It was an accidental boob graze. It's fine.
I'm
then
sorry.
and then the part I think we've laughed about this together, but at the end, sweetie.
Oh, sweetie. Yeah.
Sweetie kinda
That
does
should have been an awkward moment.
You think that part's awkward?
I think it's a little awkward.
It's really funny to me, but it's just Jack Black being a little more
like...
Jack Black than he is the rest of the time. All right, I think it's time. Becca.
The spouses.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what rating do you think? Like, how much does Kyle like this movie? What do you think?
I really have no good guess for this.
Did he watch it with you?
He watched some of it with me,
okay.
And then he fell asleep. So I actually don't know how much of this movie he's seen, but I think he gets the gist of it. I'm guessing that he probably would give it a 4. And the reason I say that is because I don't think he would say he likes this movie, just given that it's not his genre. I mean, it is more aimed towards women. I think it's safe to say the term that a lot of people don't like is that it is a chick flick. But I also don't think he has any reason to hate this movie.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if he felt that strongly about it for some reason. That being said, I would think he would give it an average score, like a 5.
Yeah.
But I'm saying 4 to knock it down just a little bit, because just to bump it below average is the fact that it's a chick flick.
So, I'm a little shocked by this answer that he gave, to the point that I'm questioning whether he understood what the rating system was, and that it was his personal taste.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to read this to you, though. This is how it goes. This is as written. I'm not...
Okay.
Solid 8 out of 10 base. Cameron Diaz and Jude Law in their prime bring it up 1 point each.
What?
Before settling in at a 9 because of Kate.
What? What the heck?
If I'm reading this right.
That's not confusing at all.
If I'm reading this right, Kyle gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, that's very unexpected. He sent a GIF.
No, that's me.
Oh, you
I
did?
sent that
Okay.
back to him. It's a GIF. It's the moment that we talked about.
Of Jack Black doing the
and
fist
Kate
pump.
Winslet, and he's doing the fist bump. Or fist pump.
Yeah. That's funny. I don't know if he's serious. We know Kyle is a joker. So, I mean, he might have just been joking about that. But also, I said he doesn't have anything to hate about it. So maybe he does appreciate it.
He's seen it in its entirety, I'm sure.
Yeah. And when we were watching it recently, a couple days ago, he was sounding interested, and he complimented the music, both the score and the soundtrack. Okay. So maybe there's some truth to that. I think he also appreciates Jude Law's good looks. I was going to say maybe that's a reason he dislikes it, because he's jealous of...
It makes me... There was a reel that was so good where it was like husband sitting down to watch the movie with his wife. And he's like, so why do you like this movie so much? And then it shows him and he's just like, oh my gosh, really? And then there's the moment with the glasses. He's like, oh, he has glasses. Maybe this will... Oh my gosh, he's even more attractive with the glasses. What's happening?
Yeah, Kyle joked about that too.
I have to imagine that like there was a group of women that was their whole job was to pick out his glasses. I guarantee it, because they could have.
Which glasses make him look the best?
Because they could have had some awful glasses on him that
Harry Potter glasses.
Right, like there are some bad choices. They made the right choice, obviously.
Yes.
All right.
Sarah,
Sarah,
what do you think about Sarah's rating?
Funny enough, I feel pretty good about this. I bet she gave it a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
I think she gave it a 9 out of 10. I think her and Kyle are in agreement, maybe.
All right. This is the shock around the world. Shock heard around the world. Is that a saying?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know what
shot?
Shot.
Because isn't that like
the
World
shot
War...
heard around the world? World War One, maybe? Sorry.
I didn't want to say which one because I was unsure. My history is so bad.
As is mine. I mean, it probably was still wrong. But Sarah gave it an 8.5, an 8.5.
Okay.
So
that's about where I was. Yeah.
I never would have thought Kyle would rate it higher than her, though. So her little snippet about it, she said, it's cute, fun, a little cheesy, but probably my favorite Christmas movie. I enjoy watching it.
Favorite Christmas movie?
Yeah.
I'll have to remember that. I mean, what are your options, though, for Christmas movies? I mean, she's not going to pick Die Hard. She's not going to pick Lethal Weapon.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
So, all around, this is
it's a
liked movie.
When are we going to get together and all watch it, the four of us, since we like it so much?
I don't know.
When's the
maybe
re-release?
They'll bring it. Yeah, I was just going to say, maybe it will come back to theaters.
It's
the 20th anniversary.
There you go. Yeah.
It's going to happen.
I'm sure.
I haven't seen all my favorite movies in the theater, so they got to...
I'm in.
They got to bring it back.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'd love to see what that crowd is like.
Bunch of women.
and a couple weirdos like me and Kyle, apparently. All right, so I didn't have a chance to write down this question in its entirety. I wrote down a couple of things here, but we talked about this, how one of the pain points for a lot of people with this movie is Jack Black being in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't bother me at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it really doesn't. But having said that, Becca, if you had to replace Jack Black with another actor of that time, who would it be? Like, and I'll give you a couple of choices or a couple of options to get the brain flowing a little bit.
Say,
I
can't think of British actors.
I asked the AI, I was like, who were the potentials for romantic comedies who weren't necessarily the leading men? Okay. And this kind of gave me an interesting view on all of this. Here's some thoughts, okay? These are the ones that I was like had the most potential relatively.
Okay.
Paul Rudd, Adam Sandler.
Oh my!
To go back into the like not so serious, Ryan Reynolds. At that time, Mark Ruffalo, Seth Rogen, Bill Hader.
Oh my gosh, they're terrible.
Well, it's hard because it's like you can't have someone who's just like full-on leading guy. Like you can't say Matthew McConaughey.
No,
they have
but
to be.
That's so weird. Like that, some of those, it's just like no. Like what's weird about that is, I would have that immediate no
disgust
when Jack Black is the one in the role.
So that's the thing. When I read the list, I was like, maybe Jack Black was the right pick.
Like, because John Heder, like, predominantly in comedic roles, I can't picture that at all.
Wait, John Heder?
Did you not list him?
No.
Oh.
Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, who did you say that I thought of John Heder?
Bill Hader?
Bill Hader. Wow. It must be getting late. But also,
John Heder is an interesting choice.
Yes. I can't picture Bill Hader either. Out of those, I feel like I could see Paul Rudd or Mark Ruffalo.
Those are the top of the list for me. I think.
But both of Actually, no. I was gonna say both of them aren't British, but that character's not British.
Yeah. So like my thought, Mark Ruffalo, I think, is the obvious one out of these. I kind of threw in some of the more comedic people because that sort of fits what they did with Jack Black a little bit. Like, could they have pulled that off? Seth Rogen's interesting because he wasn't terrible in The Fabelmans as a more... And he's also done some other more dramatic roles, and he's not bad.
That's true.
But I think Mark Ruffalo actually would have been a pretty solid choice because he basically could have played who he was in...
Begin Again.
No. I was actually thinking 13 Going on 30.
Oh,
That
yeah.
he could have just played that character, except he's not a photographer, he's a composer.
Yeah.
And that would have worked. And he's like Mark Ruffalo is actually a pretty attractive person, but like he can play more like he can play almost a lesser. He's not Jude Law.
He's not the typical good-looking guy either.
Yeah.
But he can be. But that's because I think he's so likable.
Yeah.
Like in all of the movies he's done, it's
you need him to be likable for this part.
Exactly. So yeah, I think he would have been a good fit because he's not the typical attractiveness. And
age-wise, I think it would have been decent. Like I think that was right age too.
Probably. I would imagine so.
I bet that's pretty close to when he did, speaking of John Heder, when he did Just Like Heaven with Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo. I like Mark Ruffalo.
That's not bad.
He had a good couple of romantic comedies. And
Paul Rudd, I don't know. I have a hard time with Paul Rudd for some reason because I think of him as being... I don't know. It's hard I'm trying to think if I know of him of any like more dramatic roles. The only one that comes to mind is Perks of Being a Wallflower. He played the teacher.
That's right.
That's about as close to like... Yeah,
everything else is pretty goofy. I mean, he's Phoebe's husband.
He wasn't overly goofy and Clueless, but that he was quite a bit younger in that movie. Not that... Anyway, timeline doesn't matter too much. But anyway, Mark Ruffalo. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, that would work for me.
Cool.
That was a good question. I was just going to make mine all the more lame. No, I had two, but I'll stick with the more, possibly slightly more interesting one rather than funny. So... Not
now I want to know what the funny one was.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, we can talk about it later if you want.
Okay. Okay.
So I was struggling with coming up with something interesting as usual. What I came up with is out of the 3 movie professions brought up in this movie. So like a trailer, movie editor, a composer, and a writer. Which one would you choose to be? If you were in the movie business, which of those 3 would be your direction, do you think?
I mean, with the skill set that I have right this moment, it's funny, like, it's probably one of those, like, false sense of, like, how do you say this? I think overestimating my own skill level or my eye for something is probably what's happening here. But like we mentioned, like we used to make movies when we were younger, you know, and like my favorite part of doing that was always the edit.
Yep.
Sitting down at the computer and like splicing the things together and trying to make it look as natural as possible. I don't know. Like I have pretty strong opinions about that more than I would think, more than you would think. Like if a movie has a weird cut, like I notice it immediately. Or if they have some really bad overdub that they added in post, clearly added in post, drives me insane. Like I can always hear it. I'm like, oh, the quality of the voice just completely shifted from the scene, and it's like that was obviously put in the edit. Like, so I would definitely love being an editor in some capacity. I think that would be so much fun.
For some reason, I didn't know. Maybe I did, and I just forgot with age. But I didn't know that we felt the same way about that. Because I always loved piecing things together, piecing
Yeah.
clips together.
It's like a puzzle,
Yeah.
you know? It's like you have those moments where it's like you shift camera angles for a person walking through a door into another
Yeah.
room. And it's like, it used to drive me insane if I couldn't get that to line up in such a way that it looked smooth, flawless, like it, you know, like it
Yeah.
was actually done with 2 cameras, even though it definitely was not, because we did not have 2 cameras. Like, I loved that. And man, that's like why I love watching. I don't know, like that's part of why I love watching documentaries about the making of films and seeing how they piece those things together.
Yeah.
I noticed a continuity error in this movie that was driving me nuts. They kept going from like an over the shoulder on Cameron Diaz when they were in bed together, and then back to like face her, you know, just your typical like back and forth with her and Jude Law during one of your favorite scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Her bra strap kept shifting positions.
Oh,
It
interesting.
was driving me nuts. I was like, oh, it's down. Oh, now it's back up. Down. Oh, back up. So
Wow.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
I totally noticed that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So
Oh,
maybe
cool.
maybe I would be okay at that.
Yeah. And I think I could be wrong, but I want to say part of editing would be like putting the music with it.
Oh,
Obviously
yeah.
not creating the music, but I enjoy that as well. Is fitting music and like timing it with
Honestly, that feels like
beats.
the hardest job, because if I understand correctly, typically it's like it is on the composer. Typically.
Yeah.
Not always, but it's usually on the composer to time everything right.
Yeah, that's just really interesting. Like I didn't know that for a while that composers, I don't know if they always do that, but like
Yeah.
they'll actually write like the music while watching.
Yeah.
So that they can
And they like will
time it.
they add like they have their own special way of cueing the music so that they can speed it up and slow it down so that the cues happen on the right moments and stuff. Like that seems like a hard job.
Because it makes me think in this movie, you brought up liking the scene of Kate Winslet running through that house and being very excited.
Mm-hmm.
The music lines up with
yeah.
a lot of like her gesturing, getting excited, you know, like it matches.
Like one
what
of the
she's
examples, there are examples though where the director and the editor say, we're going to make it work for the music. There are cases where that happens, especially if it's like music that already exists, obviously,
Right.
like if they use songs that are you know, but I think they did that for E.T. So E.T., the big music that they play, I think during the bike flying scene, I think Steven Spielberg basically told John Williams, like, I'm going to edit the movie to work with your music as is. Like, because it was written before the music had, like, before the movie had been
Interesting.
put together. So he was like, I will make it work in the edit. Because he felt the music was, like, so perfect and powerful the way it was. And he's like, there's no way we're going to change that music. So I will. So there are cases.
Okay.
But anyway.
Cool. Well, another one down.
Another one down.
It's only downhill from here for my top 10. So
That's so sad. You'll have to do your 10th one so you can go back up from there.
yeah, leave everyone hanging on what number 4 is if I haven't done it.
I'm just like, in my mind, I'm just like, I gotta try and keep the variety up a little bit, because there's certain patterns in my list that are like, oh well, clearly Jeff likes those types of movies, you know.
Well, yeah, me, I've got a lot of romance on my list.
Yeah.
I was gonna say though, like I think this is probably the biggest considered chick flick on my list.
The most the most generally loved, or like, I don't know.
No, just like what you would consider like a classic like rom-com.
Yeah.
Because like I have a lot of romantic movies on my list, but I don't think they're like this one where it's very upbeat and funny and light.
Yeah.
But
This was fun, Becca.
it was fun. It's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for putting up with my 5 pages.
Oh, fine. I give you crap, but it's like I had 3 pages, so it's like we're not that different. Anyway,
All right.
bye, Buggo.
Bye.